Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a paid request for Bronson. Thank you so much for that, who sent in a lot of requests, and I really do appreciate his kindness and generosity on that, so thank you. And the next review I have is a re-review of Shanghai Noon from 2000. Now, before I go on, if anyone wants to request any type of videos, whether it be a review or a re-review, thought streams, commentaries, video game playthrough, movie news, random thoughts, streams, whatever the case may be. PayPal is the best way to do it. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. And so Shanghai Noon, which came out in 2000, which I guarantee the studio definitely ramped up production because of the success of Rush Hour. No one thought Rush Hour would be that big of a hit, but it was. Very fun film. So hey, we got Jackie Chan. Let's really get this out there. In this case, we have Jackie Chan as an Imperial Guard in the Forbidden City. Princess Pei, played by Lucy Liu. She runs away. She doesn't like how oppressed she feels here. She wants more freedom. People think she's been kidnapped, so they don't go to this place in Nevada in the United States with this gold. Jackie Chan pleads to go along since he feels guilty that she ran away on his watch. So he goes with him to find her. Meanwhile, in Nevada, you have Owen Wilson as the leader of these outlaws, and they like to rob trains. But he's a very non-violent person, and it's Owen Wilson. I mean, he does his Owen Wilson shtick. How you feel about that is how you feel about him in this movie. Eventually, Jackie Chan's uncle was killed on the train by one of the gangs, which actually is Walton Goggins, who was in the TV show Fallout. He was in Predators, other movies. And I'm trying to remember. He's been a lot of stuff, Walton Goggins. Owen Wilson meets Jackie Chan. One thing leads to another. They get separated. And eventually they get together and they go on this journey to find the princess and find the gold. More so the princess. I'll get more in the details, but this is a film that most people watching this already know the plot. They already know the story. Before I go on, it's directed by Tom Dey, or Tom Dey. I think it's pronounced Die, Tom Dey. He did the film Showtime with Eddie Murphy. I think that's actually a fun one with him and Robert De Niro. I don't mind that movie. I know he hasn't done a whole lot of films, though. And the two people who wrote this film actually would go on to create Smallville. And Smallville, I think, premiered, was it 2001? I've only seen like the first episode of that show, but yeah, it's interesting. I didn't realize that the writers would go on to create Smallville, but yeah, that's the case. And this film really didn't do that well when you look at the receipts, so to speak. Because supposedly it supposedly had a $55 million budget, right? And it only made $56 million in the US and about $89 million worldwide. That's a flop. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's a flop. But I guess it made a killing on home video. I guess it made enough of a killing on that they did a sequel. I mean, that's why I was surprised that they did a sequel, Shanghai Noon. I don't think the first film did that well. It definitely did not do the Rush Hour box office. Which, I guess because Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker just had that magnetic chemistry that you only see every once in a while with buddy teams. And also because it's more of a modern movie, modern action film. so more people are willing to see that in the theater. Westerns, whether comedy, whatever, I don't want to say they have the stigma, but in a way, maybe I do want to say that. Because very rarely do they do well at the box office. I mean, it was back to the day of Unforgiven, Young Guns, Tombstone. But even that was like once in a while. Maybe a True Grit. But not very often. Even what Kevin Costner did those movies. Didn't he was going to do a part two, and has that even come out yet? His part two of that Horizon, whatever it was called. That didn't do well. The first part. So I think the general audience aren't crazy to see Western type movies in the theater. Because especially younger kids, they're not really into Westerns like people were back in the day. Because, I mean, nowadays, kids aren't growing up with Westerns. They're not seeing Westerns. They're like, what's this? That seems old. Where are the phones? Where's the cell phones? Where's the other shit? Where's this? But for me, even though I'm not a big Western guy either, there are some I like. High Plains Drifter I mentioned. Unforgiven, Tombstone is great. Young Guns. And this I thought had a fun, jovial feel to it. Lighthearted, fun action sequences and fight scenes. And I like Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson. I thought they worked very well together. Jackie Chan, yes, he's not as fast as his heyday of Police Story, Operation Condor, Rumble in the Bronx even, but he still knows how to move, still can showcase his creativity in fight scenes, and sometimes you kind of take it for granted, because there's a lot of people that can't do half the things he does, but because he'll make it look so easy, at times we feel, at least I feel, kind of take it for granted at times. And there's some, there's cool stuff in this, whether it be his fight with the Native Americans, and he's fighting in the water and giving nice roundhouse kicks, or he throws the hatchets, and the fun bit where one catches it, gives it to his buddy, and then catches the other hatchet. Using the tree to catapult up and do a flip, a somersault, a flip, and then punch this guy, this guy. The choreography is still fun. Or the bar fight scene, the fight in the saloon where he is using these antlers and blocking people, and it's behind his head, and he's using it to hit people and blocking people and do this and do that. Or he's on the bar and Owen Wilson's chair being thrown, and he's got to lift himself up so the guy, I'm guessing Owen Wilson's stunt double, goes under and flies off and onto a table. Or he's using this horseshoe with a rope attached to it. He's using the ticket to hit this guy in the face and turn around and throw over here, and just those type of movements. I don't know how to do it. Not everybody knows how to do that, so very commendable with what Jackie Chan to do. And however he is as a person, on screen, he has a very charming quality on screen. You can't deny that. He has a charm, and the way he delivers his dialogue and his smile just come off as a likable persona. Again, I don't know him as a person, but on the screen, a likable persona that people could be charmed by. It's easy to see why, when he started going for those more lighthearted roles and not people trying to make him the next Bruce Lee, it's like, no, I don't want to be the next Bruce Lee. I want to be the first Jackie Chan. It worked out for him. He found much more success. Because again, they're trying to make him the Bruce Lee because Bruce Lee died, and they try to make everybody into Bruce Lee. But it's like, no, let me be me and do comedy, and that persona is showcased on the screen, and people would flock to his movies. And there's a lot of Jackie Chan films I like. I know one review coming up this month would be Mr. Nice Guy. That was a request. Be great to revisit that film because that's a very fun film. Now, probably the last film he did I liked was Skip Trace. Would have been cool if he did a film with Stallone. That will never happen. I think the closest was that movie that eventually he did with John. You know what? I never did see that film with John Cena. I never got requested it. But yeah, I forget what it was called. But yeah, Jackie Chan and John Cena did a movie together. Never did see that one. But supposedly that was the one that Stallone was going to do. But I heard like he had to do one of the Creed movies, so he couldn't do it. Oh well. But anyway, he does a good job in the film. He's charming as always. Owen Wilson, I like Owen Wilson. Not everybody likes his style of comedy. I don't like every comedy he's in. You Mean Dupree, I know a lot of people like that film. I did not. But I liked him in Behind Enemy Lines. I didn't mind him in No Escape. And I haven't minded him in some comedies here and there. It's just... Again, not everything... It's like every actor. Not everything he's done is someone going to like. But this... He had a different vibe and energy than, say, Chris Tucker. Kind of the opposite, where Chris Tucker's very fast and very vivid and very energetic and very... Owen Wilson's more... Yeah, okay, cool, yeah, alright. Nice, okay, nice. More laconic attitude. But I thought Owen Wilson and Jackie played off each other very well. I do think they had good chemistry. And they kind of go through the staples of westerns. The train robbery, the fight in the saloon, bar fight, the whorehouse, the brothel, the Mexican standoff. You know, these elements that you think of when you think of westerns, they kind of go through each one of those and try to have a little bit of the Jackie Chan twist onto it. Bits I like. I like the bit on the train when Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan see each other and Walter Goggins tries to get them both off and they're both having to traverse on these logs. Nice wide shot of the logs falling down and the two... I'm not sure if it's Jackie in the wide shot. It's obviously not Owen Wilson in the wide shot. But it was still these two guys trying to traverse these logs or falling off the train. That's some good stunt work there. What's interesting is they cut a big action scene from that sequence. So I don't know how many people know about that. I don't know if it's on the Blu-ray, but it was on the DVD. That scene was going to be much longer. So you see Walton Goggins, hey, reach for the stars, and Owen Wilson's like, okay, this guy turned on me. And then you see Jackie Chan on the other train. Well, that train is on a collision course, and he has to do stuff because that train is going to derail, among other things. So he's got to do certain things, which ends with him jumping off, and the train explodes. You even see in the trailer. If you watch the trailer, there's a bit with Jackie Chan doing like this, and the train exploding. There is no train explosion in the finished product. So they cut that out of the movie. Which is so strange. Like, this is a big moment. This is a big action scene. And, you know, Jackie Chan, you have action, and it's so weird they cut that out. I'm sure they did. They would say for pacing. Oh, we didn't need it. But it's just weird. Just the idea of cutting action out of an action movie just always, I don't know. It's always weird to me. Just me, though. And the next time you see Owen Wilson, he's buried up to his neck. That was funny. Jackie gave him chopsticks to dig himself out. He's like, hey, dig. And then you see Owen actually trying to dig himself out. I don't know, I guess he did. I mean, he says he did, because the next time we see him is in at town, and there's Owen Wilson there. And that would be the $64,000 question. How the fuck did he dig himself out with those chopsticks? Which would never happen. He would never dig himself out with those things. But that's kind of I guess the fun of it. Of your mind supposed to imagine how the hell that came into place. But before that happens, Jackie Chan, he's misled into thinking the town's over these mountains, sees these Native Americans try to kill this younger kid, saves him, defeats Native Americans. That's the one I'm talking about, where he's doing these nice round-out kicks in the river and the water. Nice choreography. Getting one stuck in a tree, using another tree branch to lift himself up and do a flip. Some fun choreography. Very fast-paced. Eventually meets the other Native Americans. They give him a peace offering and a wife. Very beautiful looking lady too. Very beautiful looking. And he finally gets into town. He's got this horse who won't listen to what he says. Goes to the saloon and finds Owen Wilson. Again, their interactions are fun. Jackie Chan trying to do something to him, and this thing comes out, so you find out Owen Wilson's cheating. And again, Owen's delivery, I think, works well throughout the film. It's like, let go of my hand. And like, they start punching each other. They punch another guy. They try to punch. They both punch this guy at the same time. I hate the use of the song. This is a song that gets overplayed so fucking much. And I'm trying to remember I think it's ZZ Top. Hee 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 hee. Boom boom boom. Hee 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 hee. LaGrange. That is one of those songs I never want to hear in another fucking movie ever again. Because it's used so many goddamn times. It was in Armageddon with Bruce Willis. I think when Bruce was on the oil rig. It was in the Dukes of Hazzard movie, which I actually didn't mind that film. It's just one of those things like, God, this song just, it feels like it just gets overused, and I'm not even big on the song. When I think of ZZ Top, I'd rather listen to their version of Viva Las Vegas. I just wish it was a different song. Like later on, which they used for the trailer, I don't mind Kid Rock's Cowboy. They use that song when Owen's trying to teach Jackie a little bit of the Wild West and to pull the guns out and how to do this and that. Like, I didn't mind that song usage. And again, they use that for the trailers, the marketing. Because I don't mind Kid Rock songs. Ba Wada Ba, I did Cowboy, I don't mind that. But LaGrange is like, oh God, man. Granted, it's not as bad as Black Betty, oh Black Betty, Black Betty, baby. That's another song that gets overused. I never want to hear again. But you know, the bar fight was fun. Maybe it could have been a bit longer, but I didn't mind that. Then some of the interactions with Owen and Jackie are funny. Like when Owen's trying to talk to Jackie, he's like, just relax. Is that relaxed? You look rigid there. You're a very serious man, aren't you? And then later on, Jackie's trying to calm Owen. You have a call back. You call this relaxed? They try to escape. Jackie has this idea that if you wet the shirt, you can actually bend the bar. So he pisses on it. I think what was funny was the line delivered by Owen Wilson. See it worse. No, you said wet shirt don't break, not piss shirt bend bar. And thankfully, there wasn't a whole lot of modern pop culture references. Just sometimes with these newer Western, like comedies, like, oh yeah, that's so funny because that sounds like something we have today. But this I didn't mind, where his Jackie Chan's name is John Wayne. He's like, John Wayne? That's a terrible cowboy name. Of course, we know who John Wayne is, but other moments when they get into town again, and Xander Berkeley comes in. He's hunting down the outlaws. He's a crazy guy. Xander Berkeley, he was in Candyman, the original. He was in. What else was he in? A bunch of other stuff. But I was thinking of him in Candyman. Oh, Terminator 2. He's one of the foster parents of John Connor, who gets the T-1000 blade in the mouth. When Jeanette Goldstein is on the phone, but it's really the T-1000. I did like the moment where Jackie Chan throws the ninja star and it hits the guy in the hand. I like the idea of using a deputy sheriff star as a ninja star. I thought that was a cool shot. And throughout the film, as I'm going through the scenes, what makes it work is Jackie Chan and Owen have this friendly, warm chemistry with each other. I feel like they really do bond with each other. They do become friends with each other. And so by the end of the film, when they're ready to what they think is going to be their Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid last standoff, you really buy that they become friends and they become partners. Randy Edelman, who did music for Ghostbusters 2, music for Daylight, he did a great job on the score to capture both the Oriental and the Western themes combined. I thought it really fit well with the proceedings. I think it's a pretty good score if you like Western type of scores. Fits the film like a glove. Better than the O.J. Simpson glove. Lucy Liu, she does fine in the film. She gets to have a little bit of action at the end, a little bit. The finale at the church where the Imperial Guard is fighting Jackie Chan because they both want different things for the princess. And I like the different weapons used. I forget that weapon is. I always forget the name of it, where it's 3 sticks linked by chains, but Jackie's able to take that away and use that. I kind of wish he used that more against the main villain. And the main villain, he was there. I guess he had a bit part in The Perfect Weapon, the 1991 Jeff Speakman film. I don't remember which character he played, though. I don't know if he was one of the guys who fought Jeff Speakman at the dojo thing, where the main one in that was no protection, no problem. I don't know if he was one of those guys or if he was someone else. I don't know. But I haven't seen The Perfect Weapon in a while, to be honest. Although I love that film. But the character's name is Lo Fane. I kind of like the idea that some of the fight was amidst a bell tower, bit of a different environment for Jackie. He had some good stunt work, like this bit where he's on this board and it flips over and he's still got to hang on. Hopefully there was some protection underneath in case he fell. While Owen Wilson is dealing with Xander Berkeley, you have this funny bit where he's got to do the standoff. He's able to shoot the guy. Then he looks and there's these bullet holes and he's like, it's a miracle. I'm invincible. And the ending was kind of sweet. They both got the girl they want. Jackie's gonna go with the princess. Owen Wilson gets with that Native American lady who says, "Just shut up, Roy." And then they ride off to the sunset. They're now lawmen. They're going to catch bad guys on a train, and there you go. That's one thing I didn't like about Shanghai Nights is that apparently, who knows how long that lasted, and then they went their separate ways, and then the stories about them getting back together and all that, and it's like, and there are movies that do that kind of stuff that I could deal with, but I hate like they bring up something in one movie, then it's just completely thrown away. Like in Speed 2. Oh yeah, Sandra Bullock, Keanu Reeves, they didn't work out. It didn't work out. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, you say, I don't hate Shanghai Nights, but you did make an argument you didn't need a sequel. I know for the longest time they talked about Shanghai Dawn, a third one. There'll never be a third Shanghai film. There may be a Rush Hour 4. I would bet money they're going to try to do that because that will make money. Just people are very nostalgic for Rush Hour 1 and 2. Some even like the third one. I don't, but there are some who like the third one. But yeah, I think if you did a Rush Hour 4, it will make money. Whether you think it's a good idea or not, it would make money. Shanghai, no, because these films were never big money makers. So yeah, I don't hold your breath for a Shanghai Dawn, a Shanghai 3. Maybe it's for the best. Like, you don't... Some franchises don't need to continue. Even though this is a fun one. Like, I think this is one of his better American films. I would say Rush Hour 2 is still my favorite American film Jackie Chan has done. But this is one of the, I mean, this is a hell of a lot better than The Tuxedo, Around the World in 80 Days, The Medallion. What else? What the hell? What else would that be for American films he did? The Spy Next Door. It's a lighthearted, fun Western comedy, good action scenes, nice chemistry between the two leads. Not too long of a film. At least it didn't feel that way, I should say. It didn't feel that long. The score, nicely tuned to fit the film. Pretty solid Jackie Chan movie. Always had fun watching this. Saw this back to the day on DVD. Had fun watching it again. So it was a pleasure to revisit this thanks to Bronson. So thank you for that. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.